All right. For anybody who is tuning in, I'm Danielle Ronin with Keller Williams Realty, and I am hosting this call with my friend Christine Stefan, who is the owner of Beauty by Design Home Staging. So, how are you doing today, Christine?
Doing great, doing great. It's a beautiful day out there and really excited to continue to keep working and help other people out while we're on this hiatus.
Right, I know. And a lot of us are stuck at home and need constructive ways to bide our time, right? So that we don't all go out of our minds. And so, one of the things that I thought might be helpful to the people that I know, and certainly the people that you know, is being a home stager, it's a really good time to maybe just get your house in order.
Right.
Whether or not you're planning to sell your house now or in the future, but just a good time to get your house in order. So, I was hoping that you'd have some really good tips on how to do that.
Excellent. Yeah. Be happy to talk about that. So, and again, this works for people who are preparing to sell their home or even people who are staying in their home. Spring is quickly upon us. I think it's next week, right, Danielle?
Yeah, that's in a few days.
So spring is upon us. Everybody's like gearing up to want to be outside. Right now we're on this social distancing of ourselves. So we're spending a lot of time at home, in the house, or around the yard. So now is a great time to get started on projects that need to be done. So this is what I suggest you do, and kind of follow through from the front of the house all the way through into the backyard, and just walk through and take observation of what's wrong with this room, what's right with this room, does it need something, do I want something? Like, I know one of the big projects I want to start is in my kitchen, and I want to redo my entire kitchen, get new appliances. I want to rip out it's not an island, the peninsula, and I want to put in a banquette and a table with a new light fixture. So that's a big project I can't do on my own, so I really can't have this done right now, but that's definitely something I'm looking forward to doing. So just things like, okay, the paint color. You don't like the paint color, or you have an older house and the paint is older and it's starting to chip off, or it's wearing, or there's sun damage. Painting's a great thing to be doing right now. And there's some really great tapes now to tape off your areas if you're going to do any type of painting. I know, like around the window frames, use those a lot around the window frame, so I could paint the window frame a totally different color than the walls. Even walls, like my house has older walls, so they're plaster.
Yeah.
And they crack because the house settles over the years. Or there's been something, like they put in new windows before we bought the house, but when they put in the new windows and they cut the plaster, part of it chunked out instead of had a clean break.
Yeah.
So there was like the window frame, and then there was like this bubble of nothing, and then plaster, so you could see kind of through to the insulation.
Oh.
These are little projects that you could do around the house. You could get some plaster and plaster it in, sand it over, and repaint it. Really quick, easy. They have these mesh things that are about this big. I don't know what they call them, but they're mesh. And so you could put plaster in the hole, or Bondo, or whatever they call it. And I don't know the technical name.
That's okay.
And then you put the little grid. It's a little like mesh grid, like a fabric or silicone grid over top of it. And then you could plaster again and then sand it, and that fortifies that hole for you, regardless of where the hole is. So those are really good projects to do around the house right now.
What about like things like just decluttering?
Now, decluttering is a great thing to do. I tend to do that in the spring and the fall at my house. I'll go through my closets one by one. So I focus on one closet, depending on the size of the closet and what's in there. That could take me a couple days. So I go through and I pull everything out. So that's what I recommend. If you're going to declutter a closet or an area, pull everything out of that area or closet, and then you can choose what you really need in there,
Yeah.
what you don't. What you don't need, if you're going to keep it and need it for a later time, you can pack it away in the attic, the garage, or the basement. I use those vacuum bags. I think they call them space bags. And you
Yep.
put the garments in them, and then you use the vacuum
Suck
cleaner.
all the air out.
Yeah. And they shrink down to nothing like this. So you can store them easily. They don't take up a whole lot of room, and then whatever it is stays preserved in there. So you don't have to worry about any damage, water damage from humidity, or if
Oh.
there's a flood or anything. You don't have to worry about that. So that's a great thing. Again, when you're decluttering, just decide what it is you need immediately. Because we all say, oh, I'm going to wear this. Oh, I'm going to lose weight for that. Oh, I might go hiking, so I might need those boots.
Right.
And we all tend to do it. I do it myself all the time.
Right.
And my husband has to put me in check with that. He's like, you haven't worn those in like a year and a half. Can you please get rid of them or move them forward?
Oh, I've got stuff in my closets that are as old as my children. So,
oh my gosh.
yeah, no joke, no joke. So,
Yeah.
what are the most common items that are on like the honey-do lists that could be done in addition to maybe just some spot painting or patching or decluttering? Like, what other types of honey-do things are easy and inexpensive? Because right now, I think everybody's holding on to their dollars.
Exactly.
Uncertainty.
Yeah.
So, give me some tips on those types of projects that we could be doing.
I think on the honey-do list, usually on most honey-do lists, is something outside. I know, like at my house, we have a lot of mildew, like on the side of our garage. So, like a bucket of hot water and some degreaser, and with a brush, you can go out there and scrub that, get a little fresh air and some sunlight. So that's inexpensive to do. It'll take you a little time to do that if it needs to be done. Things like every once in a while, I have a door that the lock gets all messed up on. I don't know why, but it locks, and then sometimes it won't lock, and then the handle falls off all of a sudden because the little screw comes out, and so I have to play with that once in a while. So little things like that, replace a doorknob, or even take WD-40 to your locks.
Right. Or I was gonna, even on the hinges, those squeaky hinges.
And
I always know when my son is up and about because I could hear his bedroom door, then the bathroom door, then the bathroom door, and then back to the bedroom door.
I have that problem with my refrigerator door. The refrigerator door creaks really loud. So anything that has a hinge or a lock, WD-40 it, get it good and ready and lubricated so that it doesn't squeak anymore. Just be careful not to use too much or clean up the drips so it doesn't damage your floor or your wood or anything like that.
Right.
Another good thing, the grocery stores are still open. They have the Rug Doctor or whatever they rent out for
carpets. Yep.
Now's a good time to clean your carpets. When it's a nice day like this, you could drag it out to the patio or out to the driveway and clean it really good.
Just make sure you wipe it down with wipes before you take it out of the store.
Absolutely.
And then bring it back in
all over the place.
and bring it back in that condition.
Absolutely. Rearranging your cabinets. My kitchen cabinets, it doesn't matter how much I tend to think I keep it organized, or even the silverware drawer. Oh my gosh, my silverware drawer, I don't know how it gets so messy. I have little slots for everything.
Right.
But there's always crap everywhere. I don't understand it. But I also noticed the other day my silverware drawer is getting a little too heavy.
Oh.
So the back slid off a little bit, and now it's sagging down. So now I have to pull that out and
realign it.
Realign it, nail it back together. Simple little things like that. Wash your windows.
There you go.
I know nobody likes to do it, but it's been really nice out, so you can see the outside really nicely.
Right. Well, even like front doors, like, I show houses a lot, and the front doors are really, really dirty, have the moss on them or cobwebby. And a lot of times it's because people don't use their front door. They go in and out of the garage, and they don't realize how the front door looks. And so it's a good time to power wash it or or do something like that. What about a bathroom? Like how could someone on a shoestring budget like refresh a bathroom?
Okay, you know, they have some really cool things out there. I was at a Home Depot recently and did a class on tiling. They have these wonderful things, and they're tiles on a little screen, and they're very inexpensive. And all you have to do is put up strips. You don't even have to put grouting or anything underneath it. Just put up strips on the wall and stick it to it. Done. So you can refresh your bathroom really easily that way.
Oh, that's so cool. I would
also suggest if you have different lighting fixtures throughout the house, maybe changing up the lighting fixture from the bathroom and put it in the kitchen. Clean it up good, put it in the kitchen, take the one from the kitchen, put it in the bathroom. It changes the whole look, just one little thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Or from bathroom to bathroom.
Or even, I'm sorry?
You could switch bathroom to bathroom.
Exactly. Or even if you have something hanging in the bathroom, I have a little shelf with 2 drawers in it. Like, I was thinking about taking that out and moving it to another room and then bringing in some art from another room and put it in the bathroom. And it just changes the look, refreshes the whole look in that room, and you're repurposing things throughout your house from one room to another. I do that a lot when I do the occupied staging.
Right.
I'll have people, you know, take that piece of furniture and use it in that room, and then bring that piece of furniture and bring it over.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And any last tips or things that people could be doing just to sort of occupy their time in a very constructive way that will have a positive impact?
Even cleaning out the garage, cleaning out the basement or the attic, just organizing things a little bit more. Go through and really choose to look at it, like step back. Like, don't be in the midst of I have to. Really look at it like from a third person's opinion. Do I really need this? Do we use this? Is this, some things might be costing you money to hold on to. We were talking about, I just canceled our DirecTV and switched over to a Fire Stick to save money.
Right.
I wasn't using it. There are things we have in our home that either are sucking up electricity that we don't use, you know, so go through and decide, do you really use that? Is that something really you want? Is it costing you anything? If it is, you might want to consider getting rid of it, selling it on Craigslist or on the marketplace, on Facebook, giving it away to some of the consignment shops for, I don't know, some of the charities and things like that. There are things we could do to help other people and also declutter our homes. So yeah, so just think of it that way. If you think of it a different way, instead of, oh, you know, my husband has T-shirts from when he was in high school, and I'm like, do you really need these? And he continues to collect T-shirts, and he wears them for a short period of time, and then they go in the attic or whatever. Right. So if there's something that really means that much to you, you know, maybe you should be wearing it. And if not, maybe you should be getting rid of it and repurposing it somewhere else for somebody else.
Or again, help the community at large. Somebody may need or want something that you're willing to part with. And there's a lot of free groups out there on Facebook, or Free for All. There's a couple of them out there too. So as the community bands together, we can help each other. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me, and we'll post this chat if anybody else is interested in hearing what we had to talk about, and certainly with our contact information if anybody has any further questions.
Yep. Thank you so much, Danielle.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Hang in there, and we'll be in touch.
Okay.